Mm. Okay. Testing, testing. Oh, here we go. Audio. Good audio. Doing a little multi-stream as well. Because why not? People keep asking me to go on Twitch. So I just did it everywhere. Why not? Good evening. Good afternoon, depending where you're at, I guess. Let me set up here. Still waiting for the live feeds. KTLA is overhead. Air 7's overhead. Turn the cameras on. I saw you, Mo. I saw you in the on Twitter. What's up, man? How you guys doing? Welcome. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Bienvenido. Happy Friday. I was gonna do I had an interrogation kind of lined up. I was kind of prepping a little bit, but something told me to keep the air clear in case. I had Friday night, it just feels like chase, right? So I was like, let me just leave it open. It says here 3 minutes ago, CHP units can go in pursuit of the vehicle. LSAD has 1022. Man, no feed yet. What's up, man? How you guys doing? Welcome. Let me see if this multi-stream thing here works. Okay. KTLA might have the vehicle. Okay, let's see. But we don't got no feed. They're saying, and supposedly this is a stolen vehicle. Facebook, what's up? We got Facebook people in here. Okay, we got Facebook. We got YouTube. I don't know about Twitch. I don't even know if I'm live on Twitch. Somebody have to tell me. They said this vehicle was going like 5 miles an hour, and then the hell is it? Damn, okay, we got something here. Let's tell what we can get, right? We got something or no? They're trying to find them. Make sure we go audio here.
All
right, we're just waiting. Yeah, no, I'm good, man. Thank you. The hurricane, that was Hurricane Ian. That was like West Florida, West Central Florida. So nothing really happened in my area. It was the first day. It was like windy and rainy, and then bloop, that was it. But I did see. Hey, Plan Your Chaos, what's up? I did see in other parts of Florida, Central Florida was really bad.
It's finally here, our partnership.
No. I don't know what's going on. KTLA might have him. I think they lost him. We're live with CBS. What? No, it's not live. To me, it looks like they're trying to find him. They're trying to scan to find this guy. Looks like CHP has picked up the pursuit. All right, so we just gotta hang in there for a little bit. Let's see what's going on. Man, how you guys been? What's popping? Yeah, they were saying 5 miles an hour supposedly, and then he kept slowing, like speeding up and slowing down. MH, wish Mel could cover Debbie Collier's case. So bizarre. I was thinking about that. I see a lot of people talking about it. I really don't know much about it, but I did see a lot of people talking about it on Twitter, and I keep getting notifications with updates about that story. I thought they were supposed to have a presser today. The phone's just blowing up. Let's see. Twitter. Units now in pursuit. Stand by for live feed. What? Head on TC into a unit wrong way. Head on TC. Head on collision. Is that what that means? Into a unit the wrong way. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate that. Let me pull up the. Captain. Let's see if we get anything on the audio. I'm not really sure. Okay.
Calls RD 1849 and 1842. Identify. 827. You can send me incident 3382.
14827, Roger. 461 North Figueroa Street, code 2 incident 3513, RD 1149.
Miller Street. Suspect vehicle number 1, white Mercedes. Suspect vehicle number 2, a red vehicle. Code 2 incident 3534, RD 1974.
85785, you can cancel 3402, there's a code 4.
Roger, thank
you. To handle 3173, respond to the location.
And you remember unit to handle 311 woman, he will jump in Santa Monica, code 2, incident 3426, RD 201.
529, RD 717.
What happened?
Still code 4, suspect COA.
Bye.
Fire Unit 415 man, 845 South Burlington Avenue. The subject is a patient male, 68 years, code 2 incident 3541, RD 266.
They're sharing the live feed that we're watching now.
Customer incident 3540, RD 5269, stand by for additional.
But it looks like they're having issues. And so, did they crash into a police car? Is that what's going on?
Correct. Hey, sir, could you enter a service request for me at Beverly and Vermont Station? One of the turns to house is BO.
ABC 7 just sent out a notification.
Incident 3542, RD 1049.
Any Olympic unit, attempted suicide, 678 South Mariposa Avenue, code 2, incident 3443-2055. Before assigning outside for this timed out call, identify.
Did you receive?
0120, roger.
It'll 70 cancel your response.
Everybody's waiting
Your
for
code
feed.
6 on that incident. 1722, code 6, North
Okay,
Upper Lane.
KTLA. There we go. Hey, whoa. Let's go.
A sheriff's department went in pursuit of that gold SUV right there in the center of your
Thank
screen.
you, KTLA. Thank you,
CHP
Puff
has
Scat.
it. We're currently westbound
Let's go,
10th
baby.
freeway.
Let's go.
And I can tell you that
Let's go.
this pursuit started on the
What's going on with this
westbound
chase
60
shit?
freeway. That's when we first learned about it. The sheriffs
That
were
shit
in
takes
pursuit.
30 minutes
We're
now to
hearing
start.
that it's a stolen SUV. You can see the CHP in trail here, westbound 10 right now. But it did make its way to the East LA interchange, went up the 101
Okay, if you guys give
freeway
me some
to
likes,
the 10 freeway
some
eastbound,
shares,
and got to
let's get it going.
about 2 miles ago, switched directions,
What's
now
going on
westbound
Facebook?
10 freeway right now,
Hey,
coming
y'all.
through Rosemead,
With
San
the
Gabriel
Facebook
area
too,
right
John.
now. The speeds are
Really?
rather
YouTube
slow. There's
coming.
a moderate to heavy traffic out here on
What kind of car
the
is that?
westbound 10 freeway right now, but the vehicle here failing to yield. The CHP taking it over from the sheriff's department when they went into surveillance mode. CHP found the vehicle, and now the driver reversing course going westbound on the 10 freeway now from, well, we're approaching, in a couple miles we'll be approaching the 710 freeway. But again, speeds are relatively slow, staying in that SUV lane, or I'm sorry, HOV lane. And you can see the units behind there in trail, airship overhead, monitoring the situation.
All right, so you said that there is some traffic up ahead. He has a choice here to make his way onto the 710 freeway. Is that what you're saying right now?
Thank you, Plan.
Yeah, eventually here in about 2 miles, it looks like maybe a mile and a half, he's going to have a decision to make, can go on that 710 freeway or continue in towards the downtown LA area. But right now, the driver content with staying in that express lane as the speeds look like about 46 miles an hour, rather slow. But let me come out and show you, zoom out a little bit here and show you the traffic here. It's, like I said, moderate. It was worse traffic going the opposite direction, as you can see at the bottom of your screen. Now it's kind of moderate to heavy traffic on the westbound side. You can see some of the units there blocking the on-ramps. The CHP units blocking the on-ramps there. The sheriffs are in trail. They've actually pulled off the pursuit, but they have an airship overhead keeping track of it, assisting the CHP at this point. But again, this driver failing to yield.
From our understanding, this vehicle has been stopped in traffic at certain points
moves
of
toward
this,
the East LA interchange. If in fact the
right
driver
now,
goes past the 710 and continues on that 10, he's going to toward the East LA interchange. If in fact the driver goes past the 710 and continues on that 10, he's going to encounter a whole lot of traffic as he approaches the interchange with the 5 and the 101 on that westbound 10, moving into that East LA area. The East LA interchange is going to be a choke point at this hour. Very heavy traffic, most certainly. We haven't seen it yet, but be sure that it is there if this driver continues past the 710. And a challenge for authorities, Gil, all those windows are tinted, dark tint, blacked out, making it difficult for them to try and get a read on what's happening inside this car. Is there more than just the driver? They don't know at this point.
That's a good point, Mike. I was trying to look in there, and they're just way too dark at this point. We don't know if it's just the driver by himself or other passengers on board. You're right about the traffic. This driver was in heavy traffic on the 101 freeway. In fact, the sheriffs were talking about it driving about 5 miles an hour in that heavy rush hour traffic. But now he's got some momentum here, a little bit lighter traffic ahead. Let me double in here real quick. You're going to see the picture flicker a little bit, and we're going to try to look into that front window to see if we see a passenger or any hands or anything like that. We see looks like the license plate on the dashboard there, but I don't know if you guys can tell if you see any movement there on that. Might be a pair of hands there. I don't know.
Yeah, it's difficult to tell. It's so dark. That window tint is really dark. You do see the driver moving a little bit around back and forth, but it's hard to tell to see if there is a passenger there. But this is certainly the best scenario that we can have when it comes to a pursuit, that it is on a freeway, starting to pick up speed here from the express lane into making his turn there into the, is that him transitioning? Yes, transitioning there on the 10 West. And it looks like traffic is starting to...
You run the license plate and you get a good sense of the
driver
and their history.
Fox or... I messed this up.
know how much they know about how this vehicle was stolen. Was it stolen by somebody who knows the usual driver of this vehicle? Do they know if this person has a criminal background? And if so, how will that impact their strategy? But stolen vehicle, also, was it stolen at gunpoint? Could this vehicle driver be armed?
They have to assume so, Alex. Always. Officers have to assume the worst case scenario. I'm looking ahead, by the way, at our real-time traffic system, and this stretch of the 10 will encounter a pretty big slowdown as we approach the 5 and dime, the 5 and 10 freeways.
What's the plan when we get to traffic?
Boyle Heights, near Lincoln Heights, towards downtown LA. Then the 5 and northbound, southbound, very busy. If this driver, this stolen vehicle driver, decides to make either a north or southbound pull, this is it. Here's that traffic I'm talking about right here. So now he's he's going to try to circumnavigate that traffic either on the right shoulder area if it's wide enough. That's exactly what the driver's doing there. Then back, weaving into traffic. But this is where it gets dangerous for everybody, for the officers, for other motorists. As I mentioned with the pursuit that we covered the previous evening, never try to be a hero. Never try to box a vehicle in. Never try to help officers. Let them do their...
That's amazing when I see that happen. Not that you should do it, but there was one chase that we saw where we saw some vigilantes trying to like pit maneuver. I think they were trying to pit maneuver the vehicle. By the way, if you guys could help out with likes, please. It helps out the stream. It's free. Just a button. Hit like. I appreciate that. Thank you. And if you're on Facebook or Twitch, share. I don't even think Twitch. What do they do on Twitch? Nothing.
And the traffic volume. And we have CHP
no like
right
there, right?
behind him or her. Of course, there's the pit maneuver, but there's just too many people, too many other unsuspecting drivers around. I would think that's too dangerous. The pursuit intervention technique, the acronym for it. Yeah, it looks like
Street. Taking the exit at Soto Street. As I said, I saw on the real-time traffic system here that this stretch of the 10 was really going to start to back up. But now, in even the...
There he goes.
There's a spike strip right there. What a great shot that was of it. Did you see that?
No.
So officers just took it upon themselves to throw it at that off-ramp there, maybe thinking that they would take that off-ramp, the suspect would, being that the traffic was going to back up. And it definitely looked like the vehicle made contact with the spikes there. We'll see if any of those tires are disabled, but you could see he's just trying to get through this traffic, needle his way through the traffic here, exiting at Soto Street off the 10 freeway westbound.
I think there's a delay on the
streets are jammed as well, Marlon and Alex.
And this is the big difference, you know, those of us that do these pursuits at 10 o'clock at night, usually you get those wide open roads, but at 5, 6 o'clock at night, you've got a lot of traffic, and that is playing a factor in this pursuit right now. It's going to be really interesting to see as this driver moves on. Will the wheels start to spark? Will you see signs of that spike strip taking effect? Or was that driver able to avoid that spike strip? Very soon, you could start to see the effects of that, which could make it easier for the officers to bring this thing to an end as we now move onto side streets during the middle of rush hour traffic. The other concern now, Marla, especially at this time of night, is pedestrians, people that are out riding a bike, people that are walking their dog, that may be out there not expecting a pursuit to come through their neighborhood. And if there is a pit maneuver, or if the spike strips did make contact and those wheels start to malfunction, if this guy starts to spin out, those people are potentially in danger.
And it looks like, Rick, the front passenger tire looks to me like it might be,
definitely.
Okay, so the front two, so that's why the speed's perhaps this slow at this point.
You could see a little wobbling there, right?
Yep, and we're not too far also away from Dodger Stadium. There's a Dodger game tonight, too.
This is northbound Soto Street off the 10 freeway in the El Sereno area in the city of Los Angeles proper. And now that this pursuit is off the 10 freeway, and it's on those interstates that you see the California Highway Patrol, now LAPD is going to be involved, but definitely slowing down, perhaps all because of the damage to those vehicles. Making a right turn, the rims are starting to show up on this SUV here. Unclear if there's more than just a driver in there. You can see the windows of this Durango blacked out, so you cannot determine if there are more people inside that vehicle in addition to the driver. This is a situation dangerous. The driver, the suspect, could be armed, and he or she may try to flee on foot. We call it the foot bail here, knowing that that vehicle isn't going to be able to work its way through the city streets much longer.
Well, we should give kudos to CHP for planning ahead and getting that spike strip out there, right?
Just anticipating that the driver was going to exit there because of all the traffic. So that's their experience where they're looking, hey, we're going to be at a standstill on the 10 freeway westbound, heading towards the 5 and Dime where the 10 and 5 meet, heading into downtown Los Angeles this time of Friday. So here's the first off-ramp where that backup started. Let's just give it a try. Let's throw the spike strip there. And those officers had to pre-position themselves. We saw that one unit, remember the one unit, flying by the pursuit.
Yep, driving ahead.
Perhaps that was one of the units who did it.
Is he going to try and do a pit?
There you go.
Look at that wheel.
Okay, here we go.
Here we
go.
Couldn't we see a pit? Get this thing over with.
Yep, get a little bump there.
Yeah. Is she clapping?
We'll make clearance here around this building.
Please, come on with this angle.
A situation on the move.
He's going. Let's go, baby.
On the move. Wow, look at that. That's something else there.
Oh, man, this car could spin out at any time, though. This is now really dangerous
Maybe I shouldn't
for everybody
something
nearby.
Happens.
And they do need to bring an end to this safely, thankfully. But again, as you mentioned, Marla and Alex, pedestrians, bicyclists out there, that's still light. The sun has not set here in Southern California as of yet. People on the move, getting ready for their Friday evening plans, and of course the motorists in the area. But this stretch of roadway here on Medford Street at Dittman in the East Los Angeles area, pretty light volume, and that car's moving slow, below the threshold that we like to talk about with the pursuit intervention technique. They tried it. Vehicle did a 180 there, but the driver was able to do a 180 again and continue.
All right, so this is a stolen
that was the gentlest pit ever
that has endured spike strips, and
they just gave him a little love bump. Blip.
For the front two tires. Also,
that one of the last chases we watched, it was a crazy ass pit maneuver, and the guy still survived it. He was able to get the car back in control.
But the driver...
And it was going a lot faster.
Now as we're getting this front view, still hard to make out.
I mean, that's almost like...
Smoke coming off the tire
movie stuntman driving. That this person driving on rims is then spun around and is able to keep going. I mean, that's pretty impressive move by this driver.
Not so much longer, given, as Rick just pointed out, all the smoke coming from the front tires.
The front driver's side there starting to really get down to the nitty-gritty. So we'll see. But what we're not seeing is a lot of other vehicles out there. The speeds are down. The officers tried to do that pit maneuver one time. Perhaps they'll give it another go here. But with these tires really disabled now, it's going to be interesting to see what their next move. But what a successful move with that spike strip. Again, all officers want to do are end these pursuits in a safe manner so that no officers get hurt. The suspect, hey, they're the ones who are creating the danger, leading officers on this pursuit. And of course, all the innocent people driving home from work, walking, bicycling, keep those individuals safe too. And it's got to be a split-second decision on when to try to bring it to an end with another pit maneuver attempt.
Wow. So this pursuit started in the East LA area. Now we're sort of headed back into that area. A lot of times the driver will look for a familiar place to park the car and potentially get out. At this point, though, this driver's not going to have a choice sometime soon. This thing looks like it's ending anytime soon.
Both front tires smoking pretty good here, meaning down to the rim there. And there's a person outside their vehicle making a hand gesture. I don't know if you saw that as it passed there on Eastern Avenue. We'll see. And as you mentioned, Alex, that's right. A lot of times we will see these suspects go to a neighborhood. Hey, they know friends, they know relatives. Perhaps they live in that area. They know that, hey, there's a little alley here off of 5th Street I can duck into. Maybe I can evade police by making a right turn down Main Street so that they are familiar with where they typically hang out, where they typically drive.
Oh, that thing's coming off. It's coming off.
Yeah.
Are we going back on the freeway
like this?
No, bro, you can't do that. You can't do that shit.
Thing just shred.
Oh my! Look at that.
Literally on the rim.
Wow.
Bruh.
Now we're getting
going onto the freeway.
Yeah.
It's still moving. This is a good commercial for a Durango, I guess, right?
Wow. Yeah.
Something else.
All right. Well, here we go.
Bruh.
Onto the freeway.
Should I make a little promo
and now
thing?
It's on the 10
this can't last too much longer,
so
can it?
going the opposite direction from when we first picked up the pursuit, heading westbound through the San Gabriel Valley towards Boyle Heights, towards the 5 and 10 freeway. But it's the eastbound side that's really jammed up. As I mentioned earlier, Most people are heading out of downtown LA, out of the west side, into the San Gabriel Valley, towards
he's
the
done.
Inland Empire. It's the eastbound commute during the afternoon and evening that's busy. It's the westbound in the morning rush for people coming out of the IE.
Why not go up on the
All right, yeah, might as well. Got to get around here, right?
It's also a good commercial for the spike strips and the power of the spike strips.
Yeah, and
literally blew the tire
I think
right
that makes
off.
the spike strips
And
not
now
looking
we're
good
on
lately.
the right shoulder, desperately trying to get by traffic, riding on
better
rims.
material.
CHP there, following.
And maybe now that we know that it started in this neighborhood in East LA, look at this.
Whoa.
Wow. They thought ahead, not only because of the backup on the 10 westbound, and Soto Street was the first off-ramp that they could attempt, the suspect could attempt to exit, but knowing that, hey, this individual, this is where we started this pursuit. It was in this area. Let's see if he or she goes back to that area. They threw that spike strip down on the Soto Street off-ramp from the 10 eastbound, and wow, it was successful. That was an LA County Sheriff's helicopter that came into our frame there.
Yeah, the green and yellow chopper. All right, so now we're getting
Still
off
going,
the freeway
still going.
again and winding around. Still has somewhat of the tire left on the driver's side, but that's probably only a matter of time, and you can see that tread whipping around, and I think it is going to come right off.
Hey, it's something else that that vehicle can still, and the driver can still circumnavigate.
I mean, can you imagine what this must feel like trying to drive this car and your hands on the wheel and the sounds and the smell of the smoke and everything else, and then to be, you know, spun around and to still be going. It's quite something.
And why they run? Because they're not in custody. Because there's a chance they could slip away. There's a chance they could stay out of custody and not go to jail. The vast majority of them, and with these suspects being taken into custody, but we have seen some able to evade police and continue on their way. So this driver's gonna do whatever they can without any rubber there. Look at that, without any rubber. And still able to keep that vehicle straight.
And you think about it, and so often, too, these are people that this is not their first experience with law enforcement as well, and they may see this as a bit of a joyride before they usually go back behind bars.
And for geographical bookkeeping purposes, this is now on that stretch of the 710 where there's been a lot of stories in the past years about extending it up into Pasadena. This is near Cal State, Los Angeles, near the intersection with the 10 on the 710 freeway. And this is where the 710 does come to an end just north of Cal State, Los Angeles.
Wow, bro, this is incredible.
We're not seeing it, but on the other side, the shredding does continue. So there is the aftermath of the spike strip on the driver's side, so it's probably only a matter of time. Of course, it's only a matter of time until we see that side completely gone as well, and then nothing but rims on the front end of this Dodge Durango. Stolen vehicle pursuit, that's what you are watching, what we've been following since the start, since the top of the 6 o'clock. This all started from LASD in the East LA area. CHP picked it up. There was a spike strip, and that's why the tire is gone. And there was a pit maneuver. Yeah, and nonetheless, the driver keeps going.
And I'm surprised they haven't tried another one with the speeds as low as they are. It is a bit more difficult, the larger, the heavier the vehicle, to conduct a successful pit maneuver.
Thank you for the super chat, Stargator.
We mentioned it earlier. It's the acronym for the Pursuit Intervention Technique. Officers, try to make that intervention. Try to disable the vehicle. Spin it out. Nudge it on the back side, either the passenger or the driver's side. Get it into a 180. Get that vehicle surrounded by other units. Well, the pit maneuver looks somewhat successful in that spin out did occur, and I'm sure we will be showing video of that at a later time, into a 180, but then the driver, even with this disabled tires, was able to right itself, the driver was, and continue on their way. And that's where we are now, 710 freeway northbound, near Valley Boulevard, north of Cal State, Los Angeles, heading now into Alhambra, South Pasadena. The next option they would have is they would get closer to the 110, the Arroyo, the oldest freeway in Southern California, in South Pasadena, and hop on that. Looks like brake lights are working there. A little bit, yep. And there's a great close-up look there. Now making a right or eastbound turn on Valley Boulevard.
And because those windows are illegally tinted, we don't really have a sense of whether there are other passengers in that car or not. We have not also gotten a good look at the driver, whether the driver's a man or a woman. But we do know this driver has some driving skills to be able to do all this.
No question.
On rims.
And look at how slow, and the officers are kind of keeping a distance.
Why? That was going to be my question. Why this strategy? Because we have a wide open street for the most part. Speeds under 25 miles per hour. Why are they back so far?
Safety for pedestrians still, and perhaps they know that it's just a matter of time that this vehicle is going to be completely disabled and have to pull over to the right. But they're deploying units up ahead. They're great at planning, getting into intersections before our pursuit, before the pursuit arrives there. This is the eastbound side of Valley Boulevard through the community of Alhambra. Valley's an east-west major thoroughfare just north of the 10 freeway.
Man, I can't believe this guy's still going.
And yeah, you could see that driver's side tire.
Yeah,
wow.
the tire's hanging on for dear life.
That rubber's going to be ripped off soon. But lots more traffic now, too, approaching the intersection of Grandview Drive. Our Extreme Nav system is always on it for you folks at home. You could see exactly where the pursuit is, the speed at which that vehicle that's being pursued is moving. And as we have a quick moment there, lower left corner of your screen, that's a QR code. Download our app. You can watch these pursuits on your personal device if you're away from the TV. And we're about to watch here live on Fox 11, covering this pursuit. Another tire about to lose all of its rubber, down to 2 rims this SUV will be.
Well, let's show you why that is happening right now. We've got some video from a little bit earlier of the moment that the pit maneuver, the spike strip. Let's show the spike strip first. This is the spike strip. You see this is on the side of a freeway. They deployed the spike strip.
You can barely see it, but
and the driver rode over it. That's why the wheels are the way that they are. We've also got some video we want to show you of that pit maneuver, if we can bring that up as well. This is when they tried to nudge the vehicle, and it worked for a second. Here we go. Okay, so we're looking at that. We see the tire.
Here it comes.
This was a little bit earlier. Here comes that pit maneuver.
Boom, just a little right nudge there.
Tap it. It spins. We don't see everything because of that building, but somehow that driver regains control and is able to keep driving, and it's still driving right.
A respectful pit maneuver. Senator, thank you so much for the super chat, man. I hope you're doing good. It's great to see my favorite channel live on Friday. I hope everyone is doing well out there. Peace and love. Ozzy, thank you so much for the 4-month membership. You always make these so much more fun. Thank you.
Unsuccessful, and then it didn't stop the pursuit. And this is now a slow.
I was a little concerned because
of the damage.
I didn't think this was going to keep going. Stolen vehicle.
Those 2 front tires there on free.
It took the media a bit to get there, kind of an issue with the live feed, and then once we start, I thought it was going to be over.
Speeds averaging.
And somehow this guy's still going.
We do have that moment we also want to show you when the rubber literally flew off the front passenger tire as you're looking live, not live here, but this is that moment. Boom, just rolls off. This was when the driver was getting back onto the 10 freeway, if you can believe that. That was short-lived, and then back on surface streets where we are now. So on the other side, that is another damaged vehicle.
Slow speed chase,
That rubber's hanging on, but it's only a matter of time until that goes flying off as well. So here we are, 16 miles per hour. Rick, you point out that they are more of a reserved posture right now out of concern for public safety. That's always first and foremost. But this right here,
wide open,
wide open.
It's interesting to see their tactics, but hey, these are officers, a joint effort by officers now in this area, CHP, local jurisdictions as well, to bring this to an end safely. And they were on it when they decided to deploy that spike.
Yo, look at this guy!
Soda Street
Yo, the guy got out of his car and he's recording.
That's where
you saw the guy literally just got out. He's just like recording. This guy's going so slow. People have time to like prepare. Like people that are on the street and stuff. They could be watching the stream, or maybe they just see it coming, and they have enough time to get out and just slowly, this guy's going so slow.
Left turns. Amazing. Stay straight. Right that vehicle. Keep it going in the right direction on Fremont Avenue, San Clemente Avenue. Around 20 miles an hour the speeds are.
The stamina and the endurance of the Dodge Durango.
Yeah, something else.
On full display.
Watch that tire, that Michelin, come off that. Unclear if it was a Michelin, but to watch that rubber just literally evaporate, come off the the front driver's side wheel.
So you see the black and whites following slowly behind. As you point out, Rick, that they do strategize, as we saw them do, anticipate with the spike strip. So we can only imagine that they have that same strategy deployed now, looking ahead where this driver might go. And it almost seems like they're just waiting for it just to stop.
And that could mean that they are in contact somewhat with the driver. We hear that after the fact, after these pursuits end, that either the driver being pursued or somebody who knows the individual inside that vehicle, a connection to that individual who stole that vehicle, is making contact so that they know that a little bit more about the driver. And that could come into play in terms of what they are trying to do at this point, because they're giving that vehicle, that suspect, plenty of space, driving slowly, not trying to agitate the driver. He's disabled, she's disabled in terms of not being able to drive at full speeds like we saw when this pursuit first started.
And I mean, it is amazing that this Dodge is still going.
So they're saying that this the California Highway Patrol is in pursuit of a possibly stolen SUV in the San Gabriel Valley. The pursuit began when authorities tried to pull the SUV over, and the driver refused to yield. The SUV was spotted in El Sereno area around 6 p.m. in California.
Surprised that we're not seeing more smoke, more sparks from that.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Side front rim.
Those rims are holding up strong.
Apparently, who needs a tire?
Yeah, there you go.
Not a great advertisement for the tire company.
Yeah.
Looks,
Trojan
this
tires,
thing's moving pretty well, I guess, all things considered. So we continue to wait out this driver. I mean, this would, Marla, be the kind of area and the kinds of speeds where there might be room to try to nudge that thing one more time and bring this thing to an end. But right now, that is not the choice of law enforcement.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the threshold, I believe, Rick, correct me if I'm wrong, is 35 miles per hour for that pit maneuver. So we are well below that. There isn't a lot of traffic, so that's why it's curious that they are.
That is kind of weird.
And the distance.
Maintaining this distance.
And really not making any attempt to approach the vehicle. They were very aggressive when they tried that first pit maneuver, which was successful in spinning the vehicle. But
I don't think that was really aggressive. Mo, thanks so much for the super chat. Says tires have never sounded so sexy.
Types of wheels. There's actually some secondary support rubber inside of the rim of these vehicles, of these SUVs, that help maintain those tires. So even though we're seeing, at least on the passenger side, that front rim, just down to the rim, that there is some rubber perhaps that we aren't seeing that is helping somewhat the driver continue.
Are you referring to the run flats?
Take the
or is that something
already.
completely different?
No, it's different, and
it's
sluggish. Something related to this particular model, this Mitsubishi Durango model here.
All right.
Well, there it is, down to that's a great shot of the rim completely exposed at this time, and the driver's side almost as well. On Vagabond Road at Monterey Pass Road, still on surface streets here. We saw the 710 freeway for a short time. The pursuit went on Soto Street, exiting the 10 freeway, westbound, heading into downtown.
Sue Peach said the most aggressive thing we've seen is the rubber being ripped off. Yeah.
At all, as we tell you whenever we cover a pursuit, just stay inside.
I'm not a
broadcaster. Don't come out, don't wave or gesture at any of these individuals, because they're clearly not in a good state of mind running from police at this time. They're dealing with some serious issues, could be under the influence. Right. So just try to stay safe inside your home.
He said Mitsubishi Durango,
really? Be a hero or anybody to agitate the situation even that much more.
And they might not know much about the driver. Again, when we've got a stolen vehicle, there's a chance that they don't know who's behind that wheel because they can't run the plates and figure out who that person is. The windows are really tinted in an illegal way, so they may not have a great sense also. Are they armed? Are there multiple people in there? And all of that could be impacting the decision that they make to stay back a little bit and give themselves a little bit of protection from this person. I mean, they got to be thinking, Marla, at this point, that time is on their side, right? I mean, when it comes to how much longer can this car go?
Sure, thank you.
But they certainly should have and should be, Rick, also running that plate, because the owner may know something about the suspect.
Yeah, it's possible because we find out sometimes after the fact that the suspect was in contact via his cell phone, some sort of communication device with officers, or somebody knows that's watching what's happening with that individual and has a connection with that individual and has relayed that to...
Jared, thank you for the super chat. Says, I love Alexandria. I love you.
We saw the LA County helicopter, law enforcement helicopter.
Maybe there's something
up ahead, and then the
there's got to be something they know that we don't know.
Very windy.
Maybe they got information like they're saying. Maybe there's something, I don't know, armed, or maybe there's some detail as to why they're being so careful with this guy.
That'll impact the drive going forward as well, make this even more challenging for this driver. But you've got these steep inclines as well in this neighborhood. And we do want to caution everybody. It's certainly tempting to come outside your house if this is all happening right through the neighborhood. It's a really bad idea because we don't know if this person is armed. We don't know if this car is going to spin out at some point because the driver loses control. You're really just putting yourself at risk for what?
And we can't see anything inside that vehicle. You can see, Marla and Alex, it is tinted on the illegal side in that you just can't make out if there's anybody else inside that vehicle.
Yeah, there's illegal tints.
The gender of the driver, but we could see that the rubber now is completely
What does the gender matter?
The other front wheel.
What does it matter with gender there?
Off the passenger side. So now we're down to the rim on both sides of this SUV being pursued. Started as a stolen vehicle suspect in the East Los Angeles area, made its way on the 10 freeway, off to the east, but then back
Look at that, look at
that. There's somebody right
there. Yo!
Go get him.
And then, that's literally what the guy was laughing, the guy that's recording in the red shirt, and the guy across the street, he's literally like, yo, are you going to do something? Like, he's kind of like waving to the police, like, do something. People literally have the time to walk out of their houses and shit is so slow. Oh, it's coming down. Yeah, all right. Oh, let me get my shoes. Yeah, okay. All right, we got my shoes.
Just on its rims.
Go record
maybe,
this.
Marla, we can show everybody the video as to why it's driving just on its rims.
Yeah, so it was earlier, probably about 20 minutes ago, in fact, shortly after we brought this to you live. This moment happened.
I mean, I shouldn't complain. I shouldn't complain. I mean, hey,
on the shoulder,
we got something to watch.
CHP planned ahead. They threw out that spike strip. Sure enough, the suspect fell right into there, took their bait, and it was moments after this that then finally the results of that spike strip started to show itself, and
Lynette, thank you.
rim eventually flew off.
Yeah, and this is the attempt at a pit maneuver. So they hit the vehicle, they make contact, it spins for a few seconds, but doesn't spin all the way. We got that building blocking our view. But somehow the driver is able is able to keep going. And then we've got some other video as well. Just look at this. The wheel literally flying off. That's happened both the front wheels now. And yet the driver continues, has been going for another 10, 15 minutes without the wheel and continues to drive right now in the San Gabriel Valley in this residential neighborhood.
There's more people out
with no clear.
Wow, look at this.
Yep.
Amazing. The kids are out and shit playing.
Their cell phone video, getting their TikTok, and thankfully nothing bad happened to them, but it still is a dangerous situation.
Absolutely, and like law enforcement, anybody in this area should assume that whomever is inside the vehicle is armed and dangerous.
And we've seen situations, as you mentioned there, Marla and Alex, where a driver, knowing that the vehicle that he's in or she's in is almost disabled.
Wow, dude, this is crazy. Lynette, thank you so much for the super chat. I just want to know what brand of tires these are. Yeah, I don't know. He was joking that it was Michelin, but I don't know. My Beaver's unit guy gave a fist bump to the cop.
We have seen that happen multiple times live on the air. When it looks like their car is no more, they just try to jump into another one.
All right, so it looks like something might be happening here. I saw that.
What's up, Blair? How you doing?
Cul-de-sac?
I think that could be a dead end right there. Because look at how the homes are.
Thank you, Vicky, for the stars.
Situated. Yep.
No
Okay.
rocks.
Now we are in a cul-de-sac situation.
No, he's going. He's going. Oh, that would have been gangster.
Look at that. And I'll tell you what, that's a deadly weapon.
They know not to let this guy go.
Weapon. So if that driver, if that suspect tries to make contact with officers with their vehicle, that is a use of deadly force by the suspect.
Guns drawn.
Guns drawn.
Whoa.
He was about to slip through
let's
again.
See what happens. Let's see if they choose it. They're not going anywhere. That vehicle's not going anywhere. The only thing that this suspect can do is try to bail on foot through that neighborhood.
Or try to go in reverse, right?
Reverse, yeah, reverse
We've
it.
seen that.
Possibility.
They ain't gonna do shit reverse.
That it was all over.
But
Oh, sure, reverse.
They shoot at it.
They got to, yeah, they got to completely block that intersection off. And the longer this goes, the more dangerous the situation goes. A standoff situation.
Just one person?
They got to seal that area. They got to set up that perimeter. We talk about perimeters with wildfires. How about a perimeter with a scene like this? They got to make sure everybody's out of harm's way, not in the crossfire if there are shots fired. Looking into the windshield now, getting a slight glimpse. Looks like there's some damage on the front windshield, perhaps a little bit there as well, maybe.
Still hard to...
Slight glimpse.
Wow,
Looks like there's some damage
on
the front windshield, perhaps a little bit there as well, maybe.
Still hard to make out activity inside.
And we also don't know if there's anybody in that passenger seat, and if so, could they have been impacted by that collision with the police vehicle?
They're breaking the window.
Now we're getting aggressive.
They're being very aggressive.
What happened
here.
with you? What's wrong with you?
So you also wonder what they know about who's inside.
Yeah, and they mean business right here. They want to bring this to an end. They want to bring that suspect into custody. They've already endangered
somebody clip that for me?
number of
Send me a
people
thumbnail for
on
that?
the road, walking
Are they
pedestrians.
shooting at it?
I can't tell if...
Yo! Oh, he's peeling out.
He's trying to go in reverse.
Reverse.
Yeah.
Look at that.
We've seen that before.
So now,
Oh, my.
officers have to make a decision how they're going to handle this. They tried to break that passenger window. Look at the smoke. Now the visibility's down. It's even more chaotic. The situation.
For those officers. So
more officers, and there's some residents out there recording it all. A lot of people in the neighborhood coming out.
this is a residential area in the San Gabriel Valley. The address here on this cul-de-sac is Sombrero Drive and Avian Drive. This is all thanks to our extreme nav. This is Monterey Park, where this pursuit has seemingly come to an end in this cul-de-sac.
Gunning it in reverse right now. Wow, that is something else there. So clearly the suspect is not doing what they've been told by officers. Clearly still trying to get away. Clearly still trying to evade officers. California Highway Patrol is still the lead on this. You can see all those three SUVs there. But now a local jurisdiction involved. We know the LA County Sheriff's Department is involved in that. They had an airship up over this pursuit for a time.
Well, and what they could do is bring in those big SWAT Bearcat sort of vehicles, which we often see in a standoff, and box in the vehicle even more. Those things can sustain a hit from a vehicle like that. That process can take hours of waiting somebody out. But clearly this driver is agitated. It is interesting, though, Rick, how aggressive the CHP was in there.
Yeah, what was that? What was he going to do with that?
Basically coming to the conclusion that this thing is over. We're done with this.
A K-9 unit is a possibility.
Is there a radar on that window?
We're seeing a glare, too, so it's really hard to make out.
It's a bit of a reflection there.
Yeah, the reflection.
In recent years, we've seen drones be used to keep officers out of harm's way. They deploy a drone and put that drone right into the windshield so they can determine, officers can determine exactly what they're dealing with, how many people are in the vehicle, if that individual there does perhaps have some sort of weapon with he or she.
Or dogs. We've seen police canines
some sparks right
used
there.
in this sort of situation, too, that would run into the
coming
vehicle.
from the back tires.
So it's still gunning him in reverse, and it looks like there's some rubber there behind the vehicle, so it's likely that the tires in the back have now been dismantled quite a bit as well. But that vehicle, that SUV, that suspect is now going to be tried with the use of a deadly force in terms of using that vehicle. When you ram a police car, you ram a CHP unit and try to get away like that.
So they'll be out by tomorrow. Blue Ivy, thank you so much for the super chat. Says the Mitsubishi Durango is gangster. Gangster.
Just the evading police and the reckless driving and all the other counts that they're facing.
So now the officers are taking the posture where they're further back, it looks like, just because this suspect inside is not planning to give up and still trying to get away, if you can believe it. And so, Rick, they have these officers back. It looks like the other one in 216 is going into the unit. Obviously, they're strategizing as to what needs to be done. It looks like he just got a shotgun. Look at him running onto the property.
Yeah,
what's going on with homeboy?
Wow.
They're trying to position themselves in such a way now where they're trying to get that.
Yo, he's turned up.
Goodness.
He's going to go long range with the shotgun?
they mean business, and
like
they know that this person is very unstable and could indeed have a weapon.
And I would bet a significant amount of money that that driver, it's not that person's first interaction with law enforcement, based off of the way that they are acting now.
They're being judgmental.
And it's also...
or is wanted for a very serious crime beyond the stolen vehicle.
Exactly. That they know something about who this driver is and know that this person is pretty dangerous based off of that sort of posture that we're seeing at this point.
And it becomes a waiting game. The longer we go here, it's going to become a waiting game. The longer that the suspect chooses not to give themselves up, then they start to think, all right, what's our next opportunity here? Are they making contact in any way with this individual via a cell phone? Does anybody know who's inside that vehicle that has contacted the officers, as I mentioned earlier? It looks like other units have arrived on scene from different agencies, including the LA County. They have units on the ground as well, local police. They're clearing the scene. You guys got to get out of here. They're setting up that perimeter, that safety line, a circle around this vehicle here, so that however this goes, they're going to be able to apprehend that individual. The time is on the officer's side. They may have to bring in the Bearcat, as you mentioned, Alex and Marley. They may have to bring in a crisis negotiator to try to get this individual to surrender. And unclear again, everybody
social
at home,
worker?
We don't know the gender of the suspect. We don't know much about he or she at all. We don't know if there's anybody else inside that vehicle. All of those questions have not been answered.
So some of the different techniques that we've seen in the past in this sort of situation, one being the Bearcat, another being smoke bombs, right? That can somebody be put into the vehicle to make it so uncomfortable for the person that they come out. We have seen police canines jump into a vehicle and essentially bite the driver to the point that they are so uncomfortable that they come out. We have seen
18 months
shots fired into the vehicle in the past as well. If officers feel like they are themselves, and we've seen non-lethal rounds fired into vehicles. We've seen less, lethal rounds fired into vehicles as well.
The tire is still going, still trying to reverse.
And what we saw there when the shot was a bit wider was there was a couple of residents in the immediate backyard
he's still spinning?
of where this pursuit came to an end, trying to get their phone up either through or up above the fence so they could record all this as it goes down. But little do they know, because they're below the top of the fence level, that there's an officer in front of them with a high-powered weapon that's pointing their way as well. And again, if you live anywhere near this situation or any situation that begins to come to a conclusion like this, where you see officers with guns drawn, listen to them. Do what you're told. Put yourself and family in a safe spot there so that you don't become a victim of what could go down.
Look at this, the grind.
What is this person thinking?
Oh, thank you, Mo.
They're not. They're not.
You need a little bit better quality, though. But
they're panicking. Maybe a third striker. We mentioned we have no idea the background, the criminal history of this individual. But the bottom line is he's locked in there. The suspect or she locked in there. That vehicle is not going to go anywhere.
Like I need to order some takeout now. Just bunker down for the rest of the night. B-Ray Unit, thank you so much for the super chat. Says DoorDash gone wrong. He wanted 5 stars. Lexa, thank you for the 18-month membership. Windows busted.
Go right after the suspect too if they choose to run. But look at that, just gunning it in reverse there. Still, no more rubber on that tire either.
We had a chase like this before too, where it ended up being in a standoff, and the guy was just pressing down on the acceleration. Lexa says, happy Friday, everyone. Be sure to show some love and hit the like button. Please, hit the like, please. Helps out with the stream. Hey, Mel, I'll take care, everyone.
As well, if there's something going on in their mind that may be impairing their judgment process at this point as well, and their decision not to give up.
Biden.
All right, well, we do want to show you, if you happen to miss it, when this all came to an end in this cul-de-sac, when the driver got into the cul-de-sac.
I was kind of hoping this guy was going to peel out. He would have made them look so bad. How'd he pull that? Look at this guy. What's up with this guy?
Officer,
maybe they just wanted to get a visual of the inside. I'm surprised.
The window.
And homeboy just ran in like that. I mean, I don't know. He could have got shot or whatever. He just ran in and started smashing the window. Maybe they just...
One of those units grabbed a long gun and is now set up like a sniper across the way in that adjacent driveway. So
Amanda.
That was a telling moment as well. As we look live at the scene now, I'm thinking about if I'm the owner of that black truck there, and how concerned that person must be because how unstable this whole situation is right there.
Not good for your truck, that's for sure.
No.
Yeah,
the wheels have stopped. The wheels have stopped for a moment. Now that officer who was set up in that sniper area is right there at the bottom left of your screen. So no longer in the bushes. You see that with the gun drawn?
That's no sniper.
And it's unlikely, as we saw this come to the pursuit end of this incident. The incident is far from over. It's not code 4. It's
what
not
is that?
all
What
clear,
kind of gun?
But the vehicular side,
Wasn't it
at
a
least
shotgun
from
that
what
is?
we're seeing, is likely over, with the exception of that suspect remaining inside the vehicle. But that vehicle,
he's pissed.
It would be a miracle if it was able to get out of this situation and navigate itself through those.
Reminds me of Call of Duty, Black Ops. Wasn't there like a really nice shotgun? I forgot which one. Was it Black Ops 2? They had that long, that thing was like shooting across the map. They needed to fix that gun.
Was trying to navigate their way around this area and then came across this.
Tammy, thank you so much for the super chat. It says, Mel, where's the link to become a member? If you're on Apple, you might not have a link. You might have to go on computer. I hear sometimes people on iPhones or Apple have an issue.
The gun ready. The
wheel
I hope
not. You think he's dead?
It looks like. Yep.
Yeah.
That back wheel is stopped, so perhaps they've taken the foot off the pedal there.
Okay, here comes another officer to help.
And we'll
Tammy,
see.
email me
we'll
if you
there's
or DM me on
officers
Twitter.
just all over, taking cover, circling the area, and
oftentimes we will take our cues based off of the body language of the officers on the ground, and the body language of the officers on the ground right now is tense.
Is mental illness?
There's no question about it, and they are giving verbal commands at this point. They did make contact. The one officer made contact with that passenger side back window, was able to break through that.
Somebody from the
so
crime
I would
community?
think that there is enough of an opportunity that the individual inside that vehicle can hear the officer's commands at this point. Plus, they have the bullhorns and everything else that they can communicate with the suspect at this time. LA County Sheriff's Department involved in this, local municipalities, of course, the California Highway Patrol. They were the lead as this pursuit went on the freeway for a time, the 10 freeway. And there's the other units there, and this is a nice residential area.
Chase Alert was saying get some tear gas in there. Yeah, a lot of times we've seen them throw some type of gas in there. I want to see a flashbang, just boom.
Well into the night. We've dealt with that. So this is Sombrero Drive and Avian Drive, as Rick just pointed out. This is Monterey Park, where this is.
Maybe that was the point of the breaking the window too, is to get maybe a visual, because now he has a visual from the side. But also, they can gas that thing up. Whatever kind of chemical or I don't know. Toss a grenade in there or something, just boom.
His or her way into the this residential area of Monterey Park. And you're seeing the shields come out now.
Yep. So they may be making a move.
That shield's looking kind of slim, though. Is that the refurbished shields, or is that the defunded shields that they got now? Silicone shields?
Just go full force right away. We're going to end this.
Looking kind of slim.
Inside that vehicle.
I shouldn't even cover the legs.
The driver's side.
Whoa! Are they shooting out the window in the back?
Let's see what they decide to do.
Whoa!
Here comes another baton.
Oh! Wow!
And they gave this suspect plenty of opportunities to get himself up.
Oh, he's done.
No
he's
canine.
Done. Look, a half-assed shield. What kind of shield is that?
Does this?
And they're gonna
because they have to assume that this person is armed. His
crotch is not even covered.
Here we go.
Open the door.
Oh.
And they're gonna pull this guy out. This is over. Sorry, we gave you plenty of opportunities to give yourself up peacefully.
So they're just dragging him.
There's officers surrounding the situation, and they
don't want to come out. They don't want to come out. Yeah.
Now they're they are.
They should have
obviously evading.
Why can't we see the other side?
Trying to prevent being taken into custody here.
Oh man.
It looked to be a male, and again, unclear if it's just the driver.
6 deputies. 1 suspect, it seems.
It doesn't appear like there's anybody else in that vehicle based off of the way that they're acting.
We're trying to get our helicopter around.
Please.
And now opening up the back. It appears that the suspect, is struggling with the officers just outside the driver's door there. And now the officers are in the back there because they have not cleared that vehicle of any other individuals. Now that back hatch is open.
Like the worst angles, the worst trees and everything. We're missing everything.
These officers, body language, standing down, and it appears that they have detained this suspect here. And once
Did
we
he punch
see
him?
those 4
Did he
fingers,
punch
a
him?
good shot of the suspect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, we can't see nothing with this.
On the ground, the suspect was. At least that's what we saw. Or is that? I can't tell if that. They've already brought the suspect over towards the vehicle right there, and they're leaning up against the hood of that. It looks like there's a suspect right there.
Okay,
that's
with
the
the
suspect
print
right there with the shirt,
on the black T-shirt with white print
with a
on
T
it.
on it. Yep, with the logo of some sort on it. And now they're making sure that vehicle's cleared. They code for it. They make sure that that suspect is cuffed in a squad car and off to jail on their Friday night.
Well, thankfully, nobody was hit during all of that, and a successful conclusion to a long and dangerous and memorable pursuit here on the Fox 11 News Special Report. For the first time this hour at 6:48, we're going to take a commercial break. We're going to reset.
Male
okay, there's
suspect.
our look. There's
Oh,
the
hey.
suspect. Let's take a look at him real quick. Yeah.
Looks to be
Pockets that
almost
looks
a
like were
juvenile.
emptied. Yeah, a younger man there for sure. No other individuals inside that vehicle. And
tranquilizers.
really was trying to do
Calm that guy down. He needs
whatever he
medication.
could to get out of there, losing all the rubber on those tires. But
Again, a stolen vehicle suspect there, that Dodge Durango. A look at that suspect, as Rick said, looks like a young man.
All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back after this.
The IRS failed to deliver 3.
Nothing. No! Like they all do it at the same time. Let me show you guys something real quick before I guess it's over. I'll look for any other feeds, but so I saw something that PupScan went through the other day. When I saw this, I was like kind of taken back a little bit. Let me just scroll. Okay, apparently this guy, PupScan, was attacked. I don't know the entire story. It says here, go find this mother effer. You punched me and pulled a gun on me. Let's take a look at this. What happened over here? This PupScan, man.
What's up, motherfucker? Come here. I got your license plate, bitch. Shut the fuck up. Is that fool, you idiot? Fucking idiot. I got your license plate.
It's like Colorado. I wonder if it's a rental or are they from there.
Fucking idiot. Come on.
This person, so the driver's pissed. One of those road rage people. Nuts on the street.
Hey, chill, fool. It's that one. Hey, chill, fool. I said it's that fool, you idiot. I got a paintball on me. Fucking bitch. You fucking idiot.
And I don't know how old PupScan is, but yeah, he's young. I know he goes to school. How old is he underage? I don't know. This psychopath on the street, and he looked crazy too. You can tell a lot of these psycho people, they all got like a lot of them all have some sort of look to them. Boy, look crazy as shit.
I got a paintball on me. Fucking bitch. You fucking idiot. I fucking throw a paintball in my car. It wasn't me, fool.
But he's accused. He's accusing him of throwing a paintball, and he's barefoot, driving barefoot. Which I think you're not supposed. Driving barefoot feels nice, but I don't think you're supposed to do that. That's like.
I'm gonna shoot your bitch ass fool. Put your phone down, bitch. Oh yeah, fool. You're gonna blow up my fucking TikTok, you idiot.
Why he want the phone now? He didn't want a record of it, huh? I hope they find this guy.
Put your phone down, bitch. Oh yeah, fool. You're gonna blow up my fucking TikTok, you idiot. Shut the fuck up.
I'm glad he's all right though, because these people, shit, some places they just shoot. PupScan said he got punched. He has a mark here too. A mark here, and they got his plates. They already found that. I think somebody found him. They're looking for him though, but he's been identified. Says if anyone sees this MF or his vehicle, let me know. White Ford Edge 2011, Colorado license plate 8 and X887. That's the VIN number. So it says that he committed ADW with his vehicle, brandished a firearm, and caused bodily harm. Pump scan. Road rage. This guy's gonna he's gonna hurt somebody too, probably. He is somebody that they should find him and lock his ass up or charge him. And I hope that they do find his ass, that pump scan presses charges, because these crazy ass people like this, these are the nuts on the road that sometimes just they freak out and they start shooting. You cut them off, or something happens, or they perceive that you did something. They go and shoot somebody. And sometimes people just fire randomly and they kill kids and shit. And the kids are in the car or whatever. I think this was in relation to that. I think this is the same thing. Damaged hubcap, front driver's side. He's probably hiding, this guy. Damaged hubcap, wheel, front driver's side. Same hubcap with no damage. I think this is the same. I don't know. Is that the same thing? Yeah. I think so, yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I don't know. I just thought that was kind of crazy. But I guess that's it for the stream, man. Thank you guys so much for coming through. I might have something for us tomorrow. I'm going to be chilling with my daughter this weekend, but I think I might take some time tomorrow that we can watch an interrogation and kind of go over some details. And yeah. And hey, I'm going to be on alert tonight too. Oh, LSAD's in pursuit of a stolen vehicle. Wait, what? Was there another one? Hold on, hold up. East LA is in pursuit again of a stolen vehicle. Oh! Okay, take it easy, man. Hold on, take it easy, man. We might have something else. And the thing is, if the choppers are already hot, on fire, and on the go, maybe they didn't get back to the wherever it is they go. The helipads, whatever, the station or whatever. Maybe we can get another one. Maybe they can respond fast. Okay, let me pull this up. We're going to hang for a second. We'll hang around for a few minutes just to wait and see. Can have another one. Get ready for Halloween. Halloween. Is that a Ric Flair candle? No. This candle, I don't know. I bought this a while back because I thought it was funny, but I think sometimes people get offended by this. I lit this up earlier today. It has a really nice smell to it. Saint Fosse. Protect us from, I don't know, sickness and whatever. Or pretend to protect us. Fauci. Yeah, let's hang around for a second and wait to see if this I'm not hearing the pursuit anymore. Stand by. Okay, we're waiting. Give it a couple minutes and see. I usually like to send myself stories throughout the week, so when I'm chilling on a live stream, if we're just waiting, I have something to talk about, but I haven't been doing that lately. Need to start doing that again. Just heard Lost Eyes air unit looking for it. So okay, they're looking for the unit. All right, we'll wait. Protect us from Fauci. Ikema has, yeah. I actually got a couple extra candles because the hurricane thing. I bought 1 or 2 extra ones. Bishop Fauci. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I keep thinking that I've had people send me some chase videos too to watch. Chase. Too late, Lori. It's too late. It's over. St. Pfizer. ¿Cómo estás? Hey, Texas. Blue Bonnet. Good. I'm pretty good, man. Thankfully, the hurricane didn't do really anything to my area. So I did. I was wondering today about like deaths, like how many like deaths were there for this hurricane? Like the other day I thought it was just one, but the last I checked, which was earlier today, they said it was like 40 something, 47 deaths. The one that I heard of originally was this guy that was he went to go siphon water out of his pool, or like I guess his pool was flooding or over. I don't know what he wanted to empty out the water from his pool into the canal. And so he went and got the hose, put it into the pool, and then he went and put it into the canal, and then they found his body in the canal. So I don't know. I guess he was drowned. I don't know what happened. But they're saying that the death toll is growing. This one says more than 21 dead. There was one that I read earlier that I thought it said 40. This one over here said CNN says 42. So I'm not really sure of the numbers. It says here, Florida officials said there were several drowning deaths and other fatalities. Keep following Twitter. See what's going on. Okay, they lost it. All right. 17 reported many drownings. How did that happen? Were they just like in the house and the flooding got high, or like were they out and about and something happened? Thanks, Bo. Yeah, the 73-year-old man, I thought that's the one that I heard about. Or 70, yeah, the 73-year-old man. My TV on CNN right now says 45. Yeah, there's like, when I look online and the different reports, damn, this thing's like popping out of my head. The hell's going on? There's like different varying reports. But yeah, I want to do a interrogation thing for us. Hopefully, maybe tomorrow. People were telling me to ask me about Debbie Collier, and also this child, this little boy, Lucian, is still missing. It was odd. I thought they were making progress the other day with this 4-year-old, but because they had taken like tape and I think caution taped an area off or something, but like nothing turned up. So I don't know. Really weird, bizarre. Breezy said FEMA needs to start evacuating people before disasters instead of after. Yeah, from what I was told, some people, I guess they have different situations, and so they don't leave. They were ordered to evacuate, but I don't know. Some people are sick. They have health conditions. Some people got like, I guess, pets and stuff, or I don't know what else. And so some people just decide to stay. I mean, President Joe Biden said Ian could be the deadliest hurricane in Florida history. Let me take a look at this article here. In Volusia County, one man fell and drowned in rising floodwaters in his own home, while another drowned in a nearby canal. It's just odd. 10 to Life is doing the Collier case. Okay. I follow her on Instagram. I saw she posted something on there about it, I think. And they're also talking about that boy. I forgot his name. I keep seeing the name float around on the internet. That, they're saying supposedly he offed himself, but people don't believe he did. I It was Doug or something like that. I forgot the kid's name, but I saw that floating around. I haven't read anything about it besides the titles. The two who died in Sarasota were both elderly residents who relied on oxygen machines. That's another thing. That lost power during the storm, according to Sarasota. There was one time too in Broward, years and years ago, where there was an elderly facility, like I don't know if it was I don't think it was a retirement home. It was a facility run by the hospital, and they were taking care of elderly people. It might have been what do they call that stuff? I can't think of the name, but it was like an elderly facility though. And what happened was the power went out because of the hurricane, and several people, elderly people, were found there dead, and the workers had like just left, some shit like that. It was like a lawsuit going on, all that kind of stuff. It says here, North Fort Myers, another man who relied on oxygen was narrowly saved when his neighbors used an extension cord to connect his oxygen machine to the neighbor's generator. Wow. And it's so crazy how, like, just a couple hours away, it really wasn't bad here at all. You know, they got it pretty bad up there. So if you didn't see this stuff on TV or like the live streams and stuff, you would think nothing really happened. This one says 21, but I've seen higher numbers. So, and then they're saying there's as many as 10,000 people in Southwest Florida are unaccounted for. Jeez. Thanks, Wolfsec. Appreciate that, man. Thank you. I wasn't too concerned personally about this hurricane. Like, you know, I just bought some supplies, and I mean, the thing with that is you never know when's gonna be the real big one, or if the thing shifts and changes. My mother said she was anxious, and I have some family in Tampa, but I think they're fine. Last I checked, I think everything. That Jeffrey Dahmer thing, I thought, what do you guys think about people? Have you guys watched it? And do you think it was messed up to the families? I mean, they had legally, I saw they're within their right, like Netflix, they can like do whatever they want. But there were some families that were upset. They felt it was re-traumatizing. And I don't know. I've been kind of like looking back at some of the trial footage too. I think was kind of interesting. And looking back at some of the old footage with the victims in trial, the one guy that survived, or one of the survivors, got his name. I thought it was really well done, but yo, you tripping? Canceled. I think so too, Sister Sherry. So it humanized the victims. I mean, I've watched some of the documentaries. I've never seen one like this. I don't know. To me, I feel like it gave a whole nother perspective from the victim side. Like, just some of the stories, like I learned quite a bit of things that I didn't know, and especially about like the actual victims, like the deaf guy. That was so messed up, and that guy was such a nice person. You know, but yeah, I understand too from the family side, I guess, you know, because usually they're always focused, and it was focused on the killer, but they really took you through the life of some of the like the victims and stuff, and it just made you feel more empathetic for the families, and you know, so I don't know, it's kind of tough to say. Base Chica. Halfway through now, it's interesting. I feel it's respectfully done. I thought it was good, yo. I would encourage you to, like, maybe when you get done with it, go check, if you haven't seen, check out some of the trial footage or what some of the families or survivors had to say. It's like a reenacted movie. It's not real. To me, it was like a reenacted type of thing. It takes you through. I mean, I thought it was really interesting. It really is like, yeah, a reenactment pretty much. So, all right, I'm gonna get out of here and chill for a little bit. I will be up though if there is any other chases tonight. I'll come back. Ashley POV says the only thing new about him is that he was a serial killer. What? The only thing I knew about him is that he was a serial killer. Now I know a lot more of his story. Yeah, and I went back to and I watched the interview that Jeffrey Dahmer. He did a few of them. But he did one with his father where his father was sitting next to him. And they were both being interviewed. I thought it was kind of interesting. And I also thought it was interesting, too, that, the father had said, oh, yeah, Niecy Nash, she did so freaking amazing. She played the role for Glenda, right? Glenda. I like Niecy Nash. I like Evan Peters. She played the neighbor. Yeah, the cop thing with that kid, man. And the union and all that stuff, too. That was all messed up. Super jacked. The dad, what I thought was kind of, I swear at one point the dad said, because they were asking him, oh, was there any signs growing up? Did you notice anything? And one of the things he said no, but I don't know if it was after the fact that he admitted to the whole animal roadkill, all that stuff. Because I would think that's a big ass sign. Or he just thought maybe that was normal, I guess, but everything else, there was no other signs besides that. I mean, I don't know. Thanks, me, you. You have a good weekend too. I heard that's really good, Wolfsec. I had never watched it. Handmaid's Tale. That's on isn't that on Hulu? Or do they have that on Netflix? I heard that was really good. Evan Peters, he's been on a lot of the American Horror Story. I don't know if he's been on all of them. I think they all stay with the same actors, right? They just play different roles. Rolf Peterson, thank you so much for the super chat, man. Appreciate it. The weird thing too is that I didn't know there was a name for that organ thing, the internal organs, like the whole, I don't know, like a fetish or whatever he was turned on by. There was a name for that. That these certain people, like, they're turned on by like organs and stuff and the shininess of it or whatever. I forgot what it was called. Maybe I could probably find it, the name. That's amputation. I forgot there's something like that too. Self-amputation. It's like a sexual disorder too, like a thing. I don't know. What's a good movie on Netflix? That's true crime. I'm watching. I don't think it's a real story. I'm watching Lou right now. I started watching it. I haven't finished it yet. Netflix Lou. It's about a girl that goes missing. I think it's fictional though. Not like a real. I don't think it's a real story. Yeah, bossy. I didn't know that. Mandy said Ryan Murphy directed Dahmer and is responsible for American Horror Story. Yeah, I don't know either, Sherry. But like, for that, it's good. Lou is good. All right, I'll probably finish it tonight. Paraphilic, that is. I thought I saw it somewhere. Paraphilia. Oh yeah, that is what popped up under this amputees thing. Self-amputation. Each of these little-known syndromes offers a challenge to the diagnosis and sex therapy. Yeah. That's crazy, man. I thought I saw an episode about that, too. Amputation thing. It's a weird one to have, huh? Today I was having a conversation with somebody. I'll end it off. I don't even know if I should even mention this, but I was talking to somebody about like bottom surgery and top surgery because I was watching this video about somebody that was detransitioning, and they were kind of a young person and they had regretted it. And I'm trying to remember the terminology, but so there's this thing, man, that they do that. Like, they literally, it looks like they cut part of your arm. I forgot the name of it. They take part of your arm. I don't know if like the fat and stuff like that. And then they take that and they make it into like a penis. And it just, I didn't know about that because I knew, and I had, there's another terminology for the other thing. It's kind of graphic, but like it's medical stuff or medical terms. But I had known that like, with a woman that wants to go to a man, like they would take like the vagina and like, I guess, like, I don't know, open it up and I don't know, flap it around or something. And you get like a little thing there. But then there's this other thing where they literally take from your arm. Like if you look up the images, I'm trying to remember the name. I was just blown away because I didn't know that they were doing this thing with the arm or from the thigh. And I was like, holy crap. And the thing is, the person that detransitioned, you know, the one that regretted it, I guess they closed off her. Well, she had the bottom surgery, so all like her uterus, everything was gone. And then they like close it or sew it closed or some shit. And then they put this thing from the arm. And if you look up the images, it's highly graphic. So like, I don't recommend you do. They put that thing there, and then this girl, she was like kind of like crying, and she said that, you know, of course she can't have a baby no more, and like also that she's a virgin. She says she's only gonna be a virgin because like I guess they like close it off. That's the conversation I was on earlier today. I was blown away. I was blown away by that, man. Like, and when I went and looked up the images, and I was like, wow, I didn't know they were doing this. And it's because I saw this person. They're on YouTube. They were crying. I felt bad for them. I felt bad. You know, I guess they were like, they're on, I don't know, was it TikTok, social media? They just got like encouraged. I don't know what happened. They got influence from the internet stuff, and I don't know. They went and did it, and they ended up regretting it. So it was intense. I can't even remember the name for the thing. It's not even in my search history. It's probably better that it's not there. But when you see medically what they do, it's intense. And the person that was like talking and crying, I saw her arm, and like I don't know, she had all this like stuff. I guess because they opened up the arm and took the stuff out. Hoax, I'll DM you, bro. I'll DM you the I'm gonna find out the name if you really want to look into it. But this is something that's really going on for real. I was shocked, man. I was like, oh shit. See if I can find the name at least, so for the people that are interested. The people that are interested, right? Okay. So this one is called a phalloplasty. I can't even show it, but phalloplasty. I think this is the one I'm talking about. Phalloplasty surgery. Oh my God. And it's intense. Though, if you're for the faint of heart, don't go to Google Images and whatever, but I wanted to look into it because I had seen this girl crying and I wanted to understand what they were talking about. I was blown away. And that's just the one type of surgery. So that surgery, I didn't know they were doing that. I had heard of the other one, which the other one's called. The hell is this shit called? I don't even know, bro. There's phalloplasty, and then there's another one. Plant Diva. Those started in the chat. Those started in the chat. But no, it's really interesting because you don't know what kids these days too, what they're gonna start doing. They come to you, mommy, daddy, I wanna blah blah blah. Bro, you better start looking up and researching some of this shit, to like educate yourself. But I was blown away that people do that. And I can sympathize with somebody that like regrets it because there's no going back. So the other one's called the medioplasty. And so the medioplasty is the one that I had heard of, that like they go there to like invert something and like I think it's even probably too graphic for me to even say, but I learned about that today in watching the video of that girl that was crying. That's a shame. Thank you so much for the super chat. It says irreversible damage. Oh, okay, wait. By Abigail Schreier talks about this. Should be mandatory reading if you have a daughter. I think I had bought a book that talks about that because I heard. Let me see if is it that one. Is that the one with like a little girl in the front, like in a? I never read the book. I just bought a book and I just reversible damage. Yes. I bought this book. I just never read it. But I heard that it was a really good book to read. And it was kind of controversial. Yeah, it's a penile implant. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Thank you. That's a shame for that recommendation. I should probably read that sometime. And from what I heard, it's not a book that's like being nasty to like or disparaging anybody. It's just like I think educating, but I don't know about what. But it's that topic though. It's that topic, and especially when when they're doing it young and stuff like that. Oh yeah, that's the video. Thanks, Jazz. I felt really bad for the girl when I saw her. And I think it's important for people to talk about that too when they go through those instances. If they're, that they're brave enough to talk about it. And so people can, make their own decision, but they can see both sides. 99% of the time, it's a relief when you do sex reassignment surgery. Is it really 99%? That's a pretty high number. Like Mel's hands gesture while describing the procedure, bruh. I mean, I would think, but I don't know. Like the hormones are probably less, depending on how young you do it. But like you can like, okay, if you want to stop taking them, okay. But like once you start cutting stuff up and like changing things up, you better be damn sure because there's no going back. But I know, right, Ashley? It's so true. Pupscan! Pupscan says, find me another pursuit. It can meld. Man, that's on you, man. Yeah, well, I played everybody your video earlier. Did you guys ever find that guy? Did they ever find the guy that attacked you? I showed everybody the video and just put the information out there so in case somebody runs into that guy, that nut job. Let's see. Oh. Damn, they sent a picture of that car. You want to see a picture? Eliana posted this. That car that was all like the wheels were burned out. Let's see. Damn, they didn't catch that guy. And even if they catch him, right, they probably let him out anyway, right? The next day or within an hour or two, they probably let him go anyway. Right. Damn. If you were watching Elena Morano report on the pursuit / standoff on NBC LA just a little while ago, here's why the car wasn't moving and just smoking. Literally nothing left to drive on. Wow. Oh, look, the Durango now is on a tow truck. The rear driver's side tire was the only one left. Yeah. All right, I'm going to get out of here, man. But yeah, hopefully we'll get a chase. I'm going to put the baby to bed. Maybe get something to eat. And yeah, and thank you guys so much for coming through. I appreciate it. And PupScan, man, thank you so much for all the updates and all the information you put out on Twitter for people like us, man, that we can come and like follow and do streams and chase and everything, man. So really appreciate it. It's quite a few people that are doing what he's doing as well, but I appreciate him. I'm going to be silent. Yeah, yo, Hoax, don't even say nothing, bro. See your way out. I'm crazy for even mentioning it. But I really think that people should, if you care anything at all or about that topic, maybe some people probably don't, you know what I'm saying? But if you do care about it or if you're like whatever, or if you have family or friends, you should check that out. Like it's pretty crazy. It's very graphic. Transphobia is not okay. It's very rare for people to go back, and many people can't live as themselves, kill themselves. I don't think it's transphobia just to talk about it, though. Like, I don't think we should be like, you're not allowed to talk about the procedures because it's transphobia. Or maybe you're just saying that in general. But it's eye-opening. If you go and look at that, it's like, wow. All right, man. I love you guys. Have a good night. Take care. Peace. Bye. Adios.